welcome back to MAGFAST, the speedrun marathon held at MAGFest. I hope everyone is having a good show if you're here in person, or thank you for joining us on Twitch. Those of you who are in the audience here, twitch.tv/magfast is where you're going to want to go for the donation information, including the incentives. For this run, Earthbound, known as % by SushiKishi, we did hit the target for a glitch showcase, which I'm excited about. Those are always super fun. And right now, we have a poll running for who the fourth party member should be in Earthbound. There's a heavy lead for Bubble Monkey coming out the gate, but let's get some donations in and see if we can make that a little bit more of a contest. Sushi, tell us about your run.
Alright, well, the first thing you should know about the run is it's got a nice long, 1 minute unskippable cutscene. So I'm going to let the timer get started and we can talk about the run then. And we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go! So this is no nest %. I know, for some other RPGs, you might do, say, a solo white mage run, and you may not be able to actually get rid of the other party characters. So you got to knock them out. And just have the one active character, and we do have the option in this game to, I suppose, just have Ness use defend on every single turn, and not actually have him active as a party member. We're not going to do that. We're going to take this a slightly different strategy. Now, a lot of the glitches that are used in this run are glitches I learned from the pajama % category, where you keep Ness around, but Ness doesn't change out of his pajamas you're going to see here at the start of the run. So a lot of the principles and some of the rounding were based on that, but we're going to take a slightly different approach, and we're going to have a little more freedom in our routing for this run. Other than when Ness leaves the party, he cannot rejoin the party at that point. As soon as we hop out of bed, I'm going to hit this reset button. Go back to the title screen. It's not a new game plus run where I'm starting from a pre-made save, but I do have 2 other save houses set up that I'm going to be using throughout the run to do a stairs glitch. Well, bus stop. That bus stop sign is the most difficult part of this trick, which means I'm going to, now that I've said that, find a way to goof up this part. Let me get through it here and I can talk about it a little bit more. Bottom, turn around, there we go, and we got a game over right at the bottom of the stairs. That's terrible. Nope. Don't want to continue. Yep, I do not want to continue. We're back to the title screen. We load into our first save file, our playthrough save file. Should... yeah, be at that staircase. Now we're stuck in the room, door's locked, and Ness is gone. Bye. See you, Ness. Ness is stuck in this room, the door is locked, and we're waiting for, in this case, AVGN. Names are provided to us by Raven, who's behind me in the audience here live. We're waiting for AVGN to get the Skyrunner, come in, crash land, and set us free. We're not going to do any of that. So, see you later, Ness. That's why Ness got the default name, because that's gonna be it. Does that building look like Slowbro to anybody but me? Am I the only one who sees that? I've been meaning to ask that every time I run this, and I keep forgetting, but now that we've passed it, I guess I've mentioned it too late. It reminds me of Slowbro's big, goofy grin. He's got his mouth hanging open. Now we'll talk about how that stairs glitch works. We're going to see it a lot, so I will talk about it. But I like to get the run off on a good foot, and that read skips the more difficult version of the stairs glitch. I just want to make sure I got through it clean. So at least you know what it looks like. And the next time we see it, I'll be able to talk about it, so you might be able to see what it doesn't look like as well. Come on. Now, AVGN's a little bit more limited. We can't really sequence break quite as much to get out of school. Yes. I'm going to hop over the fence in school before the game's gonna let me do that, it wants me to go to the locker room and grab some equipment so I'm not completely defenseless. Got this key to the locker. Oh no, the key doesn't work. Oh geez, go back and get another key. Got the machine that opens doors. We have a slightly bad key. Every time. There we go. That's how you open a locker. At some point, I'm gonna add right in my notes that are over there to go to the top right locker, but every time I'm like, wait, no, it's the bottom right locker. I go to the bottom right locker every time, and every time I do it, it's wrong. But I'm right. Every time I do this run, I go to the bottom right locker. That is indeed true. It's just never the right locker. Come on, come on. So I want to see a slightly faster version, and a little more simple version of the stairs glitch here. I have a damage over time effect. In this case, it's Sunstroke, and I have 1 hit point. So when I get to the staircase, I game over. The difference being, you might have noticed that I got a game over in the middle of the staircase rather than right on the edge. And stairs in this game are very complicated things indeed. There's a lot going on when you step onto and step off of a staircase. I mean, one of the things that the game does when you're walking on a staircase is it lets you walk through walls. That's just how staircases work. Since I stepped on a staircase, there's my audio cue. I can walk through walls when you step on the staircase, but I never got off the staircase. I got the game over instead. So the game never turns wall collision back on. You can reload in a different save and be able to walk out of bounds. And going out of bounds is, it's a big deal in any game, but in Earthbound in particular, it's really cool to be able to go out of bounds because the entire world exists in one big map file in game data. So you can see there's all the void out there. There are buildings over there. I don't know exactly what's around the library off the top of my head, but there is stuff over there. We just can't see it. The game only loads in the graphics that it needs for where you are. So when I walk out into Onet, it loads in the Onet graphics. And if I were able to run up to the edge of I got no encounters. I'm looking for an encounter, I get no encounters. And when we walk in the arcade, it only loads in the graphics for the arcade. What am I doing? I'm trying to load the shotgun, and then I'm trying to... I'm actually going to beat the pogo pump. Will you hit me? Hit me. Hit me. Alright, it's 6 hit points left. I'm looking for encounters, and nobody wants to beat me up. There we go. Now, this is the only time when I see this screen I want to hit the continue button. Every other time I want to go back to the title screen. I only bring that up because you can't mash B to do that. You can mash B halfway, and then you have to mash A. Or you just have to pay attention. Again, on the file that's in Summers, got 1 hit point left. You can do it with 2 hit points, but you'll get a text message that'll pop up. You're just going to lose time doing that. Counter, game over. And we'll see the 3 skip a little bit later on in the run. I think, I'm trying to think in my head, 1, 2, 3 more times? Don't hold me to that number. Hopefully just 3 more times, though. And that works a little bit differently. We go back there. But my first trip out of bounds through to Onet got me the town map. Just gonna let me, when I use the X button, obviously open up the town map. What that does, though, in this case, is it reloads the graphics that are on the screen. So wherever I am here, I can load in the graphics here, as long as this place is on the town map. What I'm trying to find is, there we go. All the way back to Ness's house. I didn't mean to hit the door. Well, I guess I did mean to hit the door, because I have to walk to it. Never actually done that before. Take that. That cracked that. And since Ness won't leave his room. A meteorite crashed. All sorts of stuff going on. He won't leave his room. So AVGN is going to take over this part in the story. Now you'll notice, if you really know your Earthbound, you might say, hey, wait a minute. Why are there enemies here right now? That's because enemy spawns, to really simplify it, kind of have an on-off switch. And the game will turn off enemy spawns in certain situations. They're off at the very start of the game, so you don't walk outside and immediately get hit by a crow that takes your cookie, beats you up, and then you're sad and just turn the game off. It also turns off enemy spawns when you start the solo sequence as Jeff. Whoa! No, let me rephrase that. It turns enemy spawns on when you're playing as Jeff, so Jeff can, get some EXP and go level up a little bit on his way to his adventure. Since we unlocked the Jeff sequence, the enemy spawns were turned on. That's why they're still here in the prologue. I don't want this bonus EXP, but I've got the pop gun, and that is what I wanted to see. It's probably just gonna automatically push me through the fight. I didn't quite catch that. If your attack, I think it's your attack stat that it's based on. But if the attack stat is high enough, it will just win the fight, even if you're not getting a back attack on it. Come home, Ness. I'm not Ness. The angry video game Ness. I could be the angry video game Ness. What was that? Just a split second. Just a couple of frames. You notice, Ness's mother doesn't follow you across the house like she normally does, because she's programmed to walk towards Ness, who's not here. So she's still trying to walk over to Ness. I think at this point the game might have put Ness at whatever 00 is. I don't exactly know what it's how that works in behind the scenes, but that's where she's trying to go, is to his location. And that cutscene there, that's usually when Ness would change out of his pajamas, put on his yellow, blue shirt, the red cap. But that cutscene also invalidates this if I want this to be a pajama % run. Even though Ness isn't in the party and we're not going to see him outside of his pajamas, that's not really what defines that category. The pajama % category can't get this phone call. This is a phone call from Ness's dad. Yes. Yes. Mash. This phone call gives me Ness's father's phone number, which means now I can save the game at any save location. The difference being that in Pajama %, you have very limited save point opportunities, because you have to find save points that let you call somebody who isn't Ness's dad to save the game. And that's like Jeff's professor at the start of his sequence. You call Jeff's professor. So if you go all the way back to the Winter's Drugstore, you can save there. If you go all the way to Dalam, where Pooh is, you can save there. I think he does call Ness's dad, but the cutscene, the text is a little different, so that one still works. Like I said, we're gonna see these two particular staircases. We're gonna see a lot of them. let me turn you so you can look me in the eye here, Super Nintendo. Okay, because you and I, we gotta have a talk. All right, because I've been running this category, running this game for a long time. Okay, long time. And it's been a while since I got some really good RNG for this run. And I know what you're saying. You know, it's all zeros and ones. It's not. There's only so much you can do about it. But what I can't have here is a 3.5 minute wait to get Sunstroke here in the desert. That can't be. We can't have that, because you're gonna give me that, and then you're gonna give me like 3 one-hit kills on Starman DX, and that's gonna lose me a ton of time. And then you're gonna give me bad guys. We can't have all of it. It all can't be bad. Give me something good here. We'll get this run off to a nice start. I'm just saying, I have to drive over about 3 bridges to get home. 3 very tall bridges over some very cold water. And I will chuck you out that window. Don't give me a little bit of good luck here at some point in this run, because it has been a while. A really long while. No enemy spawn there, thank you. That's a good start. I'm going to pick up a couple of items here in the desert and then go wandering a bit. I am waiting for, I should mention before we go too much further, I do need to get the sunstroke condition on this character, which means for approximately the next 25 to 30 minutes, there will be a constant red blinking every couple of seconds once I get it. If you are photosensitive, you may unfortunately wish to turn off the run until we get to probably about the end of Magic Can. I realize that's a big chunk of the run, but the end of Magic Can also has a pretty gnarly cutscene if you're photosensitive. This is the original version, Super Nintendo version of the game. I think this has been modified in some of the re-releases, but that's just something you may want to keep in mind. Of course, that's under the assumption that at some point I'm going to get the status effect that I'm looking for here. I'm going to get to this drugstore and I'm just going to have to sit there until I see the red movie. You know, I used to know what it looked like to get good RNG in this particular section. It's really nice when you get it. So you get right here, you get over here, there we go, and your hit points are already low, because you gotta wait for your hit points to get kind of low. All your shopping, it's nice. It's really nice when it works out well. What am I doing? How is it? Because they're cheaper. Let's get rid of... Let's pill. Oh, I've got an extra bread roll. Oh gosh, let me get rid of that. Now, it would technically be faster for me to just chuck the bread roll, but I'm on a very, very low budget for this run. And I'm sure you think, you know, in most RPG speedruns, you want to limit the amount of money you get. You don't want to spend more time getting money than you need to. The budget is really razor thin in this category. Because again, you can see right there, it's the ATM machine. If you know a little bit about Earthbound, you might know how the money mechanic works. When you feed enemies, they don't drop money, they don't drop gil or gold or anything. Nessa's dad will deposit money into Nessa's bank account. You just go to the ATM and withdraw or deposit some money. Using Nessa's ATM card in Nessa's wallet in Threed, in that, buried underground there. It's a long way of saying, we don't have the ATM card, I can't use the ATM to get my money out. So I have to find another way to get access to that money, but it's going to cost me exactly half of that money. So any money that I earn in this run, I'm going to immediately lose half of it just to game mechanics. Nope, that's not me, Ness. There we go, all done, reset. And now we're going to see Street Skip again. Obviously I have more than one hit point on this save file. It's a very calculated amount. I don't remember what the starting number is, and if I check, I feel like it's going to throw off my walking pattern here. What I'm trying to do is not bonk into everything, get right over here to the staircase and be waiting at the bottom right about now. I'm gonna wait for one more tick of damage. Kind of stutter step my inputs there. Try to get the game over right there at the bottom of the steps. Not in the middle of the steps. If you do that too fast, this trick's not going to do what you want. If you do it too slow, obviously the trick's not going to do what you want. I want to be at the bottom of the staircase. When you step onto... Let me get through the last half here, and I'll talk about how I'll wrap it all up, because there's one more step I got to do in this version. That's... Oh, I might have been a little too quick. I was a little too quick. So, I can talk about what actually happened there, though. When you step onto the staircase, it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to... Ooh, oh, that's right. I ran out of hit points. When you step onto a staircase, it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to move you what looks like just a couple of pixels. You probably won't even notice it, but it's going to move you onto the staircase. But it doesn't move you... The programming is not to move you X number or Y number of pixels. It's to move you to a specific location. So if you get a game over when you're stepping onto the staircase, the game still thinks it needs to move you to those stairs. So it's just gonna... In there are certain limitations to it. But when you load in a save, it should pick you up and drop you right into that staircase. The other thing that happens when you step on the staircase is it locks you onto the rails of the stairs. This is going to be a little slow, I bet. Watch. Oh, we're good. It's going to lock you into a railway, and that's why I ended up having to eat that reset there. I was locked into moving diagonally along the angle of the staircase. I was a little too quick. Moving. There we go. Now, just head north here. Notice, oh, no, we're not headed to the next one yet. I'm going to make a little bit of an extra shopping trip. Excuse me, for Schrodinger's teddy bear. This is a teddy bear where if I buy the teddy bear's going to take no damage. I'm not going to need the teddy bear. If I don't buy the teddy bear, we're going to eat about 10 resets on this first boss fight. I'll lose a ton of time, and you're gonna wonder, why didn't you just go get a teddy bear? Make it life easy. It is a little bit of a walk. An entire extra reset to go get this teddy bear, though. But at least I'm giving myself the best chance to get through this boss fight without seeing too many resets. It is technically optional, but you do need to get very lucky to get it first try. 12. Good. I need to wait for critical hit points again. I want to be one tick of damage above it. Is that 8? Yep, alright, one more. Now let's see. All done. Resets. Now we're going to do the trick again and actually go where I want to go. One more time. As long as I don't get, like, permanently stuck to this bus stop sign, it should be pretty consistent. Because it looks like it's a lot of continual motion. There is some leeway to it. It's not frame perfect by any means, because you can just, you are coming down here and waiting for a trigger. I think, yeah, stutter stepped it back in. That looked good. It's not actually good. Alright, let's see if we can stick the landing. Up, up, up. Nice, okay. Another calorie stick. And I'm gonna hold northwest, and I'm gonna... I just take my hand off the control here. I don't want to get anywhere near this X button. I don't want to open the town map, because right now, obviously the last thing that got loaded in was that staircase in 3, the underground in 3. You can see it's a very small location. There's not a ton of graphics loaded in there, but it's very important that we're able to load in that particular graphics set, because you can see we're going through deep darkness now. Can't see anything. These graphics aren't loaded in. gonna keep walking. 18, keep an eye on my hit points. For one more music change. Turn. That's because that staircase shares a graphic set, a tile set, however you like to phrase it. Dungeon Man. Now we're all the way in Dungeon Man. Drop down the hole, it's gonna put us back in bounds. One more. I lost count. 8. Got one more tick, and then I need to heal. I'm waiting to see. No sprite lag. No enemy spawns. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Good, good. Nah, ha ha ha! Not gonna catch me. Nope, 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 nope. I did have a present. Shoot that gap once. Oh my goodness. Nice. See? See? There we go. Yes! It'll work. So now we're on a submarine. Which is important for a couple of reasons. One, hopping on the submarine turns on enemy spawns. So it's important that we do this early because I'm going to turn that switch off at some point, and doing this would disable that glitch, if you will. And the second thing is watching this cutscene with the submarine that takes you to deep darkness allows you to teleport to deep darkness because there are other ways to get there, but they won't unlock the teleport. So it's just going to be slower in the end. Third thing I'm looking for is a scene change. So if your last stairs glitch is exactly, I think it might be frame perfect, but if you hit it just wrong, the submarine will cross along this page. I think the submarine will cross like the same horizontal pixel as that staircase, and the submarine gets teleported to the staircase, and then you just hit reset. Yes, I did. No. I meant to do this after I shot. That's okay. I meant to do it after I shot just because I do want the extra hit points. That might cost me a healing minute, but we'll be alright. Got the extra bread roll. There we go. So, I just hold this fence spray. Hold on. I just got a funny feeling I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it, aren't I? I'm looking at you. I'm gonna end up needing this extra ammo, aren't I? I don't need to wait for low hit points this time, because I'm not actually using the 3 skip. I'm not trying to go back to that underground staircase. I just want to be able to clip the walls here. Now you'll notice that NPC moves to the right every single time. I can actually just, pre-hold the button because I know where they're going to move. And their movement is RNG based, but I know what the RNG is going to be loading into the save. As long as I just load into the save, I just, down AA, down, confirm, whatever confirm buttons you use. If I were to say forget and then go over here, I'm not going to know where that character is going to go. And if I bonk into them, that probably costs me the trick there. I'm just going to be late getting to the staircase. But they're going to move to the right every single time as long as I go through the menu properly. 12, 10. Inside, go outside, watch a cutscene. We're definitely not supposed to be here yet. So I'm gonna get quite a few. Get 2 big walls of text here, back to back. So this is a good time to talk about any donations, charity, the bid war coming up, anything like that. This would be a good time to do it.
Let's see, I don't have any donation messages to read right now, but all of you watching can change that Again, the donation link is in the description at twitch.tv/magFAST. We're trying to hit our new goal of $7,500. We've had to raise that goal twice this weekend, thanks to all of our amazing donors who are donating towards Child's Play, which does really amazing work. I'm sure all of you are familiar with Child's Play by this point, but if you're not, check them out. They're doing great things, helping out kids in hospitals with the power of video games.
We're not gonna do any out-of-bounds stuff here. I just wanna actually just save the game. Because we're actually gonna go fight our first... Oops, that's going to cost me a healing item. I bet. We're actually gonna go fight our first boss now. Yes, everything is dark. I am walking through the void. This is called the Deep Darkness. Hit that reset button. It's called the Deep Darkness for a reason. You're supposed to use a key item called the Hawkeye to be able to see in the darkness there. And obviously we've skipped that. You don't actually need it to walk through there. And we're taking a pretty short trip. So I've just kind of learned the motion to where I'm trying to go through here. I don't know what happens if in a playthrough you try to clear it without using the Hawkeye. I don't imagine it actually has any effect though. I don't think it would change anything. It is a little bit unfortunate that we're not doing more here though, because there are a lot of nice healing items here, and lots of expensive items I could sell. It would be really nice to pick up some of the presents out here. But in the name of time, unfortunately, we really can't afford to do that. I thought I had a red roll. Take the full heal. I'm gonna return to Belch. Belchers trade more and return much stronger. Belchers also changed his name to Puke. I'm gonna throw a multi-bottle rocket, and let's see. RNG's got in store for me. Continuous attack to the teddy bear. The teddy bear did its job. It took the hit for me. Get a damage roll. Not a good enough damage roll, and then I mash through quick. I duplicated my multi-bottle rocket. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know how that works. You can duplicate. You just go away. I'm getting all this good RNG not getting hit, and I'm wasting it by not getting damage rolls. I knew I was gonna need both of those super bombs. Ew. There we go. Oh bye. I do not know how the item duplication glitch works. It's really nice when you get it, especially in this one. That extra multi-bottle rocket, that's going to come in really handy about 30, 35 minutes from now. Really happy I have that. And now we're actually leveling up. We got 2 characters level up to level 20 something here. There's speedrun. Let me take a step back, because the only categories I run for Earthbound are Pajama Percent, which does have a leaderboard, and this category, No Nest Percent, which has me as its runner. I run this. This is all me. But both of these categories do allow for turbo. It'd be really nice if I had my turbo controller. I can't find my couldn't find my wireless plug for a turbo controller, unfortunately. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it is a lot of level up text to mash through. And of course, we have Pooh in the party now, but Pooh joined a different way. Usually you have to go through Pooh's final training sequence, and then in the plot development there, Pooh learns how to teleport, but he actually learns how to teleport by leveling up. And we got enough EXP there to learn how to teleport, which is good. I need to get out of here. There's no bonks. I don't have a lot of room up there. Good. In fact, I didn't even think I wanted to go to Winters, but I just nerves. I want to get out of there. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Start. Yeah. I'm gonna go winners. What are we doing? The only thing about figuring out a different way to do this and branching off of a tower is sometimes I forget which route I'm on and which teleports I need to take. Because a lot of it looks the same, but the shopping trips in particular are very, very different. Which I don't seem to have any money. I sure don't, because I gotta sell first. I'm gonna sell that death ray we just found in a trash can. Thank you. Not 40 skip sandwiches. There we go. And now save the game. So the next thing on the to-do list is to complete our party and go add Paula to the party. But it's going to be a bit of a roundabout process. There are faster ways to get Paula in the party. I could go do the pre-training sequence now to get everybody together right away. And that's actually what you do in Pajama Percent, as well as... I forget the name of the... it might be Any Percent New Game Plus. But there's another category that uses the multiple save files like this. That's Any Percent Style Run. But that category would do that as well. But that would bring Ness back into the party, and that's not gonna work. So we've got to go free her and add her to the party vanilla as this category is going to get at this point. Somewhere over here. There we go. Drugstore in Happy Happy Village. Happy Happy Village is not on the town map. So I need to go through the drugstore to get there because going to one drugstore loads in most, I don't think all, but most of the other drugstores into memory. Enough, they do. Not plenty. You can see there's no enemies here, right? Because the game has turned enemy spawns off. It wants me to come and talk to Paula and get this cutscene. And then especially once you're in the door, it also turns off damage over time, but that's not a permanent change. Once I save and reset, the damage over time will come back. But enemy spawns right now have been switched off, and they're not going to turn on until I fight Evil Pokey here, which I'm not going to do. The game does not expect you to have teleport. We're going to teleport through the trigger. Bye-bye. Now we're going back to winners. I'm going to save and go out of bounds all over again. And we've skipped the cutscene. We've skipped turning enemy spawns back on. And I will not have to worry about this game's version of random encounters until we get out of Magic Hand. That's pretty much most of the run. Now we are doing a glitch showcase, and it's going to change the ending of the run a little bit. But I've got other ways to deal with encounters as well by the time we get to that point.
We received a $10 donation from Shigesato Itoi, who says, I remember this game differently.
As soon as the music changes, pop this. Ooh. Oh, I didn't hit A. I will explain that. We're gonna run here. And you notice I bought 4 of them. We're only gonna use 2 skip sandwiches here, and that's because I need to melt off the rest of my hit points here. So if I use exactly 2 skip sandwiches, we'll be at about the right amount of hit points. If I go through this section too fast, we're gonna end up just sitting around and waiting for hit points to go away anyway. Listen to all the cute little, nice little medley of the music here. And I'm mashing the map button. I'm waiting till we go into Warside. Here we go. This building in Warside. And actually slide over here about 2 rooms. And we're gonna go all the way back to the Winner's Drugstore now. But I'm not gonna open the map at this point. I've loaded in this purple room that it's some basement. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's some basement. We're gonna go all the way back, and actually I'll go show off See, we're into the Magic Hand again. We're gonna go through Summers again. That's not it. That's not it either. Somewhere over here is Summers. There it is. Right about here. See, there's the drugstore music. This is the Winter's Drugstore, and right above it is this big building in Happy Happy Village. And I've skipped having to fight my way through the car painter. I can just go do the car painter fight. Got the Franklin badge. Freeze will sometimes one-shot. Hey, there we go. That's the one you're gonna give me today, huh? That's the one you're gonna give me. That's a good one you're gonna get today. Alright, let's go get Lucy. Sorry, I do gotta get better about that when they're changing names. Let's go free Lucy. First, it's Evil Pokey. What a horrible night where someone woke up. Ness, let's be friends again. Who is Ness? Ah, I lied. Yeah, see, that's Evil Pokey. We have Pokey Prime. We have Good Pokey. I, like many of you at home, may use, my split names as my notes. Also, if you see me, like, staring off into the distance, that's what I'm looking at, is my notes, my splits, rather. Just to make sure I'm doing things in the right order. We are going to skip quite a bit of the game. If you're wondering, we're going to skip all but one sanctuary in this run, for example. But in order to actually finish the game that way, you do have to do certain things, and you have to do them in a certain order, or the game is going to soft lock during the Gygas fight at some point. And maybe soft lock's not the right word, but you're gonna be stuck waiting there for a very long time for NPCs to get into place, assuming that they will at all. Starman fight? Yeah, we're not doing the library yet. In the Starman fight, I need multi-bottle rocket. I have the extra one, so I could have gone and used that, but I'm gonna keep my shopping trips in order, not try to change anything up too much. But now we can talk about the money. The money problem. Oh, nice! Shot the gap, let's go. So, this person doesn't look very important, but they're a cash dispenser man. They're gonna charge me a handling fee, which is the same as my withdrawal. Long story short, I've got $3,700 in the bank. I can only get half of that, because the other half of that's going to be by fees. So as I said, we're going to get access to exactly half of the money we earn during this run. I actually want this teleport to complete. I just want the extra movement speed. Anything to sell, huh? Nope, just the extra multi-bottle rocket, and I know better. I have no super bombs around. That's kind of unfortunate, but we'll make do. You know, as long as I've been running this category, I always teleport the winters here out of habit, but no, it wouldn't be faster to go to the parrot there because of all the water, and it would cost you an extra teleport. That's kind of annoying. This probably is the better option still. Now that I think about it. Always a good time to be reround to run is while you're doing the run on stage. Always a good time to be thinking about how to change the route. We're going to see, should be, knock on wood, the plastic table, I think. Knock on something wood. Should be the last time you see this 3 skip in the run. Alert! careful. You're gonna. I hear you're talking, but I can't hear the question in the audience. You're gonna have to speak a little bit louder. And if I pull this headset off, the sound tech's going to come over here and find this as baseball bat. So the question is, do the sanctuaries crash if Ness is not in the party? Most of the sanctuaries will not let you interact with them at all if Ness is not in the party. I didn't wait for low hit points. I gotta go and make that save again. Most of the sanctuaries just will not let you fight the boss if Ness isn't in the party. Nope, let me go ahead. Let me rephrase that. People think that you can't do most of the sanctuary fights if Ness isn't in the party, but really only 2 of them do that. I think it's Sonette, and it's the one that's in Winters that I can't remember the name of. I think, is that one maybe Lilliput Steps? That one does it because you can actually get to that sanctuary as Jeff, and it doesn't want you to do that fight solo as Jeff. You'll most likely just game over there if you try it anyway. But that's the only one that actually blocks you. All the other sanctuaries, you can fight without Ness in the party. The game doesn't check, it doesn't care if Ness is KO'd, not KO'd, in the party, not in the party. You just fight them as normal. I don't know what the HP trigger is going to be because, there we go. Jeff's AVGN's leveled up now. That's what I need to do before we save. So, not gonna win. This should be the last time we see this 3 stairs. I knew it. As soon as I started saying, I said, what? I've forgotten something. Something's gonna go wrong. Everything went too smooth. Got it first try and everything, because usually when I say this is the last one, usually that's the one I end up doing twice because I bump into the bus stop sign or something else goes wrong. Nope, it went buttery smooth, and I forgot to wait for the low hit points. I feel like that was a little fast. It's probably a little fast, but we'll see. I have been wrong before. So if it's a little fast, it's going to actually load me back into the drugstore, and I'll be able to walk out of bounds. And it took a long time to load, so I already knew. But yeah, there's loading times in console games as well. You can kind of feel it out in this particular situation, whether or not you got the trick the way you want it to, because it takes a little bit longer for it to actually pull the game up and let you start playing again. Alright, 3rd try's a charm. If that was too fast again... It's so frustrating in speedrunning when there's a trick you can do too fast. That is just... so frustrating. Nope. Yep. One more time. I can't even blame RNG in this one. Just, I gotta wait half a second before moving back over to the left. It ate my rate input. I guess I didn't push the R button hard enough. If I see 3'd one more time after this, it'll be way too soon. Come on. that's the thing with me in this trick. As much as I practice, as much as I've done this run, I'll get it a bunch of times in a row, and then I'll be stuck in a run. Can't seem to do it a couple of tries in a row. I think that was too fast again. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I feel like I waited long enough, but it didn't look good. Oh, hey, there we go. I was getting ready to hit the button too. Alright, now. Healing. Get rid of that finally. It's very important you heal AVGN up to full heal. Full here, rather. And I could have used PSI life up, but I'm trying to hold on to side points, and I may not be able to actually now that I'm looking at it. That's fine. We'll just take that. Now we got a pretty long trip out of bounds here, where again I can't hit this map button, or I'm gonna have to do all this all over again. Bum 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 bum. Really? Yep, little damage. Oh, got a gut save for AVGN! So, one of the rare things you can see, AVGN should have taken enough damage to get knocked out. Nice! But I got lucky. I got the RNG gut save, which means he held on with exactly 1 hit point, which is good because I don't know if I mashed quick enough there to actually get through to AVGN's turn otherwise, but see, you do know how to give me good RNG sometimes. Look at that. It's nice, isn't it? Fortunately, Lucy did get knocked out, and I do need Lucy to level up enough to learn the PK shield abilities that she will eventually learn, but that's okay. We don't necessarily need all of the XP. She doesn't need every single point of experience that she can get in this run. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to pick Lucy up right now, which is going to make the menu here a little bit tedious. Inventory management in Earthbound is fun. If you play the game casually, you know how fun it is. If you play the game as a speedrun, you definitely know how fun it is. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to walk into this room, talk to the exit mouse. Talk to the exit mouse's mom, actually. We're gonna get the exit mouse as an item. It's gonna go into Lucy's stuff. Lucy is knocked out. Lucy can't leave the item, so I have to take the item out of Lucy's pocket, give it to somebody else, and now they can use the exit mouse. It's gonna take me back to the last tunnel I walked into, which is this one all the way back in Happy Happy Village, because that's the last tunnel I walked into the front door of, if that makes any sense. I know we were just in the Starman base and walking around there, but we didn't go in through the front door, so it didn't update my exit mouse location. The last tunnel I entered into correctly was the one in Happy Happy Village. I don't seem to have any money because I gotta sell first. No. Wait, yes. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna teleport through up here because I don't have enough for teleport beta right now. I want to make sure if I bonk the first teleport that I don't have to go and also stay at the inn after that. We'll just walk it out. I don't have to worry about dodging any encounters right now, so it's fine. Boop. Boop. There we go. I got enough super bombs. Oh no, this is gonna need that anyway. That's fine. I better not. I think I just saw something. Yeah, I don't want that there. Back to when we need to head back to the library for the Book of Overcoming Shyness. I almost forgot. Yep, there we go. Split. There we go. Boom, boom. Book is in Lucy's pocket, and I can't use it from there, so it just explained. So we really do need to pick this up. We're gonna do that in the Tenda Village, though. Right now. Boom, boom. I, not too long ago, had a run die in the hot springs here. Desperately trying to trigger the heal. I just ran out of hit points to, it's probably a poison tech there. Very sad. What can fix shyness? So these cute little people are the Tenda tribe of Tenda Village, and they really do want to help us save the world, but they're very, very shy. So we had to go find a Book of Overcoming Shyness to help them overcome their shyness, so they're more willing to not just talk to us, but also help us out in various different ways. This is the one time we're gonna see photographer in this run. Look at the camera, say Fuzzy Pickles, Fuzzy Pickles! There we go. That's the one photo we're gonna get this run. And then, before we can do anything else, I have a little question for you. You sure this is the correct player's name? Well, I haven't given you my name yet. But while I'm mashing through some text and just doing some running around here, it's a good time to talk about the charity we're raising money for, which is Child's Play. So if any donations come in, I want to talk about the charity or talk about a little bit about the bid war at the end of the run, it's a good time to do that. Make sure you talk to the Tenda Village Chief again after you set the player name, and you get a free bag of Dragonite. which is a really nice item to get. But it's a separate conversation, especially if you're mashing very quickly. It could look like in the speed when it's all one big long wall of text, but it's not actually the case. Talk to Thomas is deep down in the labyrinth ways ahead in the Lost Underworld. Don't forget to talk to the rock, it's important. It's very important you talk to the rock. And again, enemy spawns have been disabled. I put all the skip sandwiches here, and I didn't think about the fact that we're going to pick Lucy up in Tender Village. It's okay. So there's no enemies here to worry about. We just have to navigate the cave system. Thanks for talking to me. Super important. That's not actually the rock, but that's okay. Skip sandwich. Having the items a little bit out of place like that, so let me talk about the message that appears there. AVGN took the skip sandwich deluxe out of his pocket, and then Lucy ate it. Like, that was his sandwich. He took it out, and somebody else ate it. I'd be a little bit upset, I'm just saying. This is the item I need. There's only 3 items that are super important here in this run. One of them is a Franklin badge. Give, not drop. That's another good way to lose a run and be very sad in general. On the body, the rabbit's foot's going to give AVGN a gigantic speed boost. It's going to let him go first in battle. It's also going to make, I think it was going to be, it's going to make the multi-bottle rockets more accurate, because the way that item works, it's actually just multiple attack rolls. So it's going to, if your speed is higher, more of the bottle rockets in your multi-bottle rocket pack are going to hit. So not only will you go faster, you should get better damage numbers. Ooh, the shield killer. Oh no, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the neutralizer. That's okay. I'll have to throw more super bombs. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to, aren't I? No. You know what? We'll throw the big bottle rocket. Don't want to throw. There we go. Let's say don't want to throw the extra bottle rocket there. Oh, and Lucy's gonna get a huge wall of text leveling up here. There's Lucy missed out on the EXP earlier. But technically speaking, I mean, again, it is true for pretty much any RPG. You don't want to level up more than you have to. So if the way I got my PB was actually Lucy being knocked out for literally every boss fight, except for the one in Magicant. She was not high enough level for the fight. She didn't have the ability that I needed, but I just got lucky on the Gaius fight and didn't need the spell in the end. I ended up PBing because I didn't have to match through all of this text. And I think I stumbled into technically the fastest way speed on this game would be for Lucy to be knocked out for most of the boss fights. I'll only get the exact amount of, you don't even want Lucy necessarily to get a whole lot of EXP, just have, maybe about 100 points, if that, for the Gaius fight, and that's it. And then you don't want to have to mash through any of the rest of that text, but you have to get, the right RNG on the Gaius fight, or you're just going to game over there regardless. So that's a very risky strategy, for sure. I want to say it's a coin flip on whether or not Gaius will use the more powerful ability on the first turn and just one-hit KO your party without the shield there. Boo! A little bit more text, but I don't have to mash this. It's nice. Yeah, water. Soon I'll be what? Who is this talking? What will happen to us? What is happening? My thoughts are being written on the wall. Whose thoughts, though? Oh, are they? That's so much more. It's so much more ominous when Ness isn't here. There's a cutscene in the Gaius fight too. That's a lot more sad when Ness is around. We're getting there. Oh, split. We're actually there. So talking about the bid war, I haven't looked at the bid war. I don't know what the standings are, but that bid war would need to be closed. Probably at the end of Magicant would be the very latest I could do it, and we're about to head to Magicant now. Yeah, we'll talk about this in a second. So you do want to get your donations in for that for sure. So yeah, we're in the Lost Underworld, and in order to really set the scene, because there are normally dinosaurs here, it gives everybody very tiny sprites. Pokey is not meant to leave. Pokey's not meant to be here. Pokey doesn't have tiny sprites in the sprite sheet. So we get literally dinosaur-sized Pokey. Just walking around. Now, let me make sure I got my inventory straight here. You don't normally need a protractor, but it's going to be part of the glitch showcase later, so I wanted a protractor. I need a Franken badge on Lucy. I need a C pendant on Lucy. Lucy needs the C pendant, or it's not going to do anything. I know I already did, but just to make sure, yep, that's what's on AVGN. We're good here. We can leave. "100% guaranteed way to kill pretty much any Earthbound run is to pick up that C pendant, don't equip it, and say, hey, what's this unequipped item in my inventory? I'm going to sell it. You're going to have a whole lot of extra money, you're going to have a whole lot of extra ammunition, and then you're going to lose the Gaius fight. You'll probably get through the first few phases, get lucky and on the third phase, and wonder what in the world happened. I know you killed your run like half an hour ago by selling the C pendant. Do not do that. I've only had to do that once, still learned that lesson, that's for sure. I'm gonna withdraw 2. And I know I'm leaving a little bit of money behind, but I don't want to fuss with the math and all the extra numbers. Anything else to sell? Nope, that Casey Bat's gonna sell for $1 if he even buys it. I don't know that he does off the top of my head. Someone with the bottle rocket for the Kraken. This one with the bottle rocket for Ness's Nightmare. I've got an extra multi-bottle rocket because I duplicated one earlier, and this is where it's gonna come into handy right here. Got 1 2 on each for Lucy and Pooh. Out of cash because I probably overspent a little bit on skip sandwiches, but that'll be alright. We'll make do. We'll have to use the extra movement speed to make up for a little bit less ammunition. Nope, see, and I'm getting ready to give it away. We need a skip sandwich. Excuse me, Frew Winters. This way. I was going the right way. I juked myself. Not gonna save in the drugstore this time. We're gonna head down here to camp. The Tessie Watching Club camp down here. Up. To a different save point. Inside this tent is just the tent in the background and the phone. There's not a whole lot on the screen here. Save the game, reset. We're done with the 3 save file. We're just going to use the summer zone. I feel like we haven't been out of bounds in a while, right? So if you're just tuning in, what I'm going to do is load in a second save file here. We are allowed to use pre-made saves on this run, but I do have to complete the game from start to finish on a brand new file. I have exactly 1 hit point. I'm going to take damage here. We got a game over on the staircase. That's going to let me walk out of bounds, provided I get through this text box. There we go, successfully. That is such a sad way to lose time, is to just keep mashing A. Forget you gotta move the cursor over there. Now, the only thing that's loaded in here, obviously, is the tent. There's not a lot of graphics that are needed there, so to save space, they combined other tiles, other graphics with that tent. So we're gonna be able to go out of bounds from the tent. Let's see what's over here this way. Summers again. Womp, womp, womp. Tunnel. Some water, some sparklies, a present, and now we're in MAGFest. This is the Flying Man house in MAGFest. And going here this way does quite a bit, actually. If you don't know Earthbound, this part of the game, you would not have your full party here. It's very dangerous. There are lots of very dangerous, tough, high-level enemies here, and you'd have a solo party. If you don't know this part's coming, you could be stuck here for a while. It's very difficult, but we get to bring everybody with us, which is nice. On top of that, again, we still haven't fought Pokey over in Happy Happy Village. The game really wants us to go fight Pokey over by Happy Happy Village, so it's not going to let us run into any other encounters until we do. So MAGFest's completely empty, at least this part of it. There are some exceptions to that spawning rule, one of which are the Krakens we're going to see coming up ahead. But normally this place will be loaded with actually question marks, because you don't exactly know what enemies you're about to run into through here. That's part of what makes it dangerous as well. It would just be swarming with enemies. Not today, though. There we go. Fun fact, it's I don't even know how you do it without like a Game Shark code or something, but there are different sound effects for, where you're walking. There's different sound effects for your feet. And that glowing green area out there behind the, whatever you want to call those walls, has a unique sound effect that will only play if you step specifically on those tiles. You just can't get there by any legitimate means, as far as I know. But you can turn on a Game Shark code and walk over there and hear what that special sound effect is. Yeah, I got an extra moldy bottle rocket. That actually wasn't even the actual one, that was just the one I bought. I've still got one more. This is only where I'd be pretty nervous, but I know if I get into a fight here, I'm gonna be okay. I've got the extra ammunition today. And stay over there. Stay. Yep. You don't. Yep. Okay, good. Oh, look, I got the extra ammunition and look. Didn't even need it, of course. And normally you'd have to do this fight as solo as well, so you wouldn't be able to do this. The bottle rocket. Yeah, 2100 damage, yeah, done. See ya. And we have what's going to feel like an eternity of text to mash through here. Everybody's going to level up from this boss fight. We're going to get a huge plot dump. Then we're going to get a bunch of EXP. So this is definitely a good time to get caught up on anything. I think that's what we may need to get caught up on. We're going to be mashing and mashing and mashing. See, it's telling us to go to Saturn Valley, so we're now aware of the existence of Saturn Valley. We haven't been there yet. We still can't teleport there. And now Ness is going to... and yes, I said Ness. Ness is going to be filled with the power of Giant Step and all the other sanctuaries. Wherever Ness is, whoever they are, they're going to absorb the power of Magicka into their heart. There's just one problem. Ness is level 1. So Ness is getting a bunch of stat level ups here. That's great. Ness is also about to get, let's see, how many EXP? 200,000? Yeah. Cool. Couldn't give it to Lucy, right? Couldn't just say give 200,000 EXP to party member number 1. Nope. Gotta give it to Ness. We're gonna be mashing to level 35. Not gonna use a single one of these stat ups. None of these abilities, none of it's gonna get used. Wherever Ness is, still over in that, locked up in that room in 3, and waiting for AVGN to come save. Nope. All these extra abilities. I think he even picks up teleport, but you can't teleport underground, can ya? Nope. Because reasons. At the end of this big long wall of text, the game is going to very rapidly flash through all 8 sanctuaries. If you are photosensitive, you may just want to go ahead and look away now. I know it's just a wall of text now. Go ahead and look away. I'll let you know when we're through. And then at the big end of the big long wall of text here, that is going to be the cutoff for the bid war. So you do want to get them in now. We can, give a little bit of leeway for people to come in and snipe, get the refreshes and stuff like that, but this is pretty much it. If I go too much further, it's going to be very difficult for me to actually wrangle everybody up. And finally, you guys get the power of teleport beta. That's great. Last one, it is going to start flickering right after this text box. There we go. Who is this person? The red hat. They look dizzy. This scene has also been modified in, I don't know about, it has come out on the Virtual Console on the Wii, I don't know off the top of my head, but for other Virtual Console releases, that scene's been modified, so it's a softer transition. There are 2 Lucys, there's a Ness who just disappeared. I think there's actually, technically, there's 2 of everybody, because the party's in the middle and then it stage everybody around them. And we're going to do something really cool here. We're going to teleport to Saturn Valley. And Pokey showed up too. Teleport to Saturn Valley, right? And you probably wonder why I keep saying teleport to Saturn Valley, because let's look at the teleport menu. Teleport. There's no Saturn Valley, because we don't know how to teleport to Saturn Valley. The game just kind of whisked us over here by a plot device, but if you want to actually teleport to Saturn Valley, you gotta walk through the door. Walk through, yep, there we go. Now, let's see, yep, yeah, let's not talk about how big of a time loss that is. If you forget to do that, just learn from my mistake and not do that. Yeah. The phaser sword has been stolen. Something's wrong with this one. I don't understand what happens if we get told something got stolen, it's not working, and we get it anyway, and boom, we blow up. Of course it's not gonna work. It doesn't work. I wonder why. Eureka! So now we need to head back to Onet and get a piece of the meteorite. But we're not going to do that the way you might think. I need to go shopping? I need to go shopping. I can go shopping later, or I can go shopping now. And I'm gonna go shopping now. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. You know what? Hold on, before I go through all this, no, I need at least one more, yep. Need to go shopping. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Nice! All the way there in one try. That was random money. Can't withdraw 50 cents, unfortunately. Ooh, don't finish that teleport, please. was gonna say, I should have one extra the bottle rocket here. Now I've got enough money for it. There's no point in buying it, because I can only use 2. When I have extra super bombs, that's going to be just as useful. I'll give them all to Lucy, every single one. And then maybe 1, 2, 2. When I have money for some skip sandwiches too, this is going to be nice. You know what? I'm going to throw those over to Pooh. We're going to buy skip sandwiches with this money. Alright, now that I'm getting ready to make my way to Onet, it really is time to wrap up the bid war, so I need to know who the winners are, please, because I might be able to pick one of them up right now. Can I get you anything? Skip sandwiches. Don't know if I can up on the laptop here, hold on. Save, reset, we're gonna go out of bounds 2 more times in the run if I remember correctly. Or at least 1 more time here. 2 summers. You know, I don't think I can see the bid war on my end because I think it's been closed, which it should be, but I also can't see. Oh no, now I can see it. So, goodness, hold on, let me get through the text. Yes, so Bubble Monkey won in a landslide, one-sided, complete shutout victory. It's the Bubble Monkey. And I just hit the reset. So we'll pick up Bubble Monkey in just a minute. I'll have to make an extra trip, but that's okay. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Should start hearing that music here in just a second. There we go. We're gonna close the map, and we are in Onet. Oh no! Look at all the enemies! Ah! It's okay, because we're out of bounds. We're on a ladder or on a staircase, so we can't get into enemy encounters here. So all they're really doing is causing me quite a bit of sprite lag. Excuse me. Now most things you cannot interact with during a stairs glitch, but the meteorite piece you can. What makes it different? I don't know. I'm just glad that it is, because now we're going to teleport back to... we would have gone to center. Right? We're going to go back to winners. I think that's good. Oh! Great. There we go. No, you might be thinking, well, we have 4 party members. Actually, no, you're probably not thinking that because you would have 4 party members in the guest anyway. But to make the point I was gonna make, you don't actually have a party limit of 6 people. You have a party limit of 4 people, which are your 4 main characters usually, and then you can have up to 2 guest characters. But you can't mix and match those party slots. So if I have, like we have now, Pokey and Bubble Monkey, and I have, even though I don't have 6 party members, I can't add another guest without something in the game starting to break a little bit. Something's going to start acting a little bit funny. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But what sometimes will happen is if you get the Bubble Monkey last, and the Bubble Monkey is the extra party member that you don't have room for, the extra guest character, I should say, you don't have room for, is your last party member will start walking around like the Bubble Monkey. And if you watch Bubble Monkey, it follows you kind of funny. He'll just stop moving at points and then chase you down. He's not doing it here. I wonder because maybe because we're not in winters. Getting most fascinating. Okay. Boom. Boom. Hold on. Sea Pendant, Trinket Badge, Protractor, yes. Rabbit's Foot. 2 Bottle Rockets, we're good. As good as it's gonna get. I think I hit B. Oh, I don't think it matters here though. Because I gotta talk to them anyway. Talk to them again anyway. Yes. Boom, boom. Now, there are multiple ways to get to the Gygas fight, but if you don't take the phase disorders there, there's a chance that the Gygas fight is going to soft lock at some point. Greetings! So whoever this person is just gave who the ability of Starstorm Omega. Be a little bit of flashing in this cutscene coming up. Once we fade to black after a wall of text here. In order to defeat Gygas, who's the big bad evil entity final boss of this game, we have to travel to the past, which we just... Let me get this right. We just did. We're in the right spot, but we're not far enough back in history to fight Gygas. So they sent over another machine that will teleport us further back into the past. Here comes the flashing right away. Problem is it can't transport living material, so it's going to play this nice dentist drill sound effect that I'm going to talk over and hopefully minimize some of that for you. But we're going to hear all these cool sound effects, and we're going to put the souls of our 4 heroes into some robots and just send them into the past. We're not going to talk about how any of that works. We're just going to gloss over all of that. It's not really important anyway. But we're going to send the souls of our 4 heroes of the Apple of Enlightenment's prophecy, of course, being Lucy, Pooh, AVGN, and Pokey, just as the game developer's intended, back to the past to fight Gygas and Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey, I don't think Bubble Monkey gets a robot. I don't know how Bubble Monkey joins us, because Bubble Monkey's not gonna get a robot. Perhaps the bubblegum protects Bubble Monkey somehow, and we've all just really overthought this process. Yep, oh, Pokey doesn't either, I forgot. Yep, Pokey doesn't either. Communicate. No, that's not you, Ness. Not me, Ness, rather. $1 in the bank. All done. Reset. One last stairs glitch. Knock on wood. That didn't do me any good last time. I'm gonna try it again. Open up the Summers file. It does not have to be Pooh, by the way, for these save files. That's just who happened to get the sunstroke condition first. The only reason why I bring that up is Ness, because Ness wears a hat. Ness is, excuse me, slightly less likely to actually be inflicted with sunstroke, but I don't know if Pooh is slightly more likely because he has, less hair on his head and also no hat. I just know that Ness's chances are slightly less. All these enemy encounters, we get to skip a whole lot of walking around. If you play this game vanilla and you were stuck here for a while, you're probably a little bit jealous, a little bit upset with how easy that was, but it's quite easy there. And I'm that person who, you know, did I turn the oven off? Yeah, I turned the oven off. Let me make sure I turn the oven off. Yeah. Boom, boom. The items there. Yep, done. Yep, that's done too. Yep, good. All these multi-bottle rockets, we are good. This Gaius fight is in 3 phases, and by far the most important fight. The most important part of this fight is this first turn. I get through the first turn, the fight's not over, the run's not done. I can take a little sigh of relief if I get through this first turn clean. What I need to do is have Lucy put up a PK shield around everybody, because Gaius is going to open up with either PK, it's PK your favorite thing, it's PK Charity in this one. PK Charity either Alpha or whatever the other one is. I don't know if it's Omega or it's Beta. One of them will one-hit kill everybody in the party, and that's going to be unfortunate. The other one won't. But if I get through the first turn, we're going to be okay because the shield will block it from that point forward. What you can do is... who's going to be too slow? I'm not even going to bother. But you can, if you want to burn a turn on it, have AVGN throw a heal on the Lucy, and she will usually get through. I do have healing. I do have a resurrection in the party. Yeah, I didn't get to the shield. I'm gonna try to pick this up, but I'm not very confident. Usually if I don't get through the first turn, play's pretty tough. We'll give it a shot. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get through that res. I'm not gonna have any reses. It's tough when everybody goes down. That is how that goes if you get the bad coin flip on the first turn. I will say having the extra party member does make it a little bit easier to pull the rabbit out of that particular hat, but we'll just reset it and try it again. That's the really tough thing about Earthbound speedrunning, at least for the categories I run. I know for longer categories, you also have to learn like how to stutter step to avoid encounters. A full playthrough, a full speedrun of Earthbound is very tough. And one of the reasons why I wanted to shy away from this one in particular is I do remember, and I can never find the run, so I don't know if I imagined in my head, but I remember a run at GDQ where they had like a big binder of like the RNG number and the damage numbers and different things to know whether or not they had properly manipulated the RNG and how to manipulate the RNG to get it back on track. There's a lot you can do to manipulate an Earthbound speedrun to kind of make the game do what you want. If you want to go in with a giant playbook like that, it can be very, very difficult. I can't remember where I started this instead of the point I was going to, but I know for the longer categories, the game can be very tough. But what makes the shorter categories also kind of frustrating sometimes is if you lose to a boss, it's like a long walk back to all the bosses. Like, it's not a short walk back to the boss and try again, even if you have the ability to save at all the save points and take all of your safety saves. It's just such a long walk. I was able to tell that whole story, and I still haven't started the fight again yet. Just let me play the game. Let me get to the fight. Let's go. Stop talking to me. Let's go. Let's do this. Alright, let's try this again. PK, not PK shield. Bottle rocket. Bomb. There we go. Should be through. Yep, much less damage as you can see. And what makes this category a little bit more difficult is you can see your guest characters also get hit, so it's more text to mash through, and it's just harder to recover because of that as well. They're also not going to contribute any meaningful damage. Bubble Monkey is going to do about 1 point of damage every couple of turns. The problem is that they hit Gaius in the first phase, it's going to get reflected back to me. And I cannot control who they're going to hit, so that's no fun. Probably done here. I'm scared to hit that Star Storm button, but I probably could have. Pikachu's gonna eat this. One on the shield. Oh, now I get a gut save. Two in the run. That's fine. And we're out of the first phase. So from this point forward, we're going to be just fighting Gygas. And Gygas is going to have... We're going to boil it down to 3 attacks. One of them is a lightning attack. Lucy's going to reflect a lightning attack with their flanking badge. So Lucy's safe. Everybody else is going to just get wrecked by the lightning. That's fine. One of them is PK Flash, which has a chance to just one hit KO a party member. Just boom, they're out, knocked out. Lucy has the C pendant on and equipped. So Lucy's going to be immune to that. The third one is, I don't know exactly what damage type it is, but it's some sort of damage that has the chance to make you lose a turn. And theoretically, if I get hit with that a bunch of times in a row, I will lose the fight. But that would be pretty apocalyptically bad RNG. That would be something else. Because that would be at least like 10, 11, 12 turns in a row at some point. I'm gonna try. Didn't realize how low Lucy was. Let me get this off. Nope, not gonna get this off. That's fine. We'll go with the hit points we have. Goods. Bubble Monkey is scratching his head. You go, Bubble Monkey. Good, we're through the second phase. Now we are 10 turns away from victory here. Right? I'm looking at this. Oh man, you know what I did? I mentioned this in the Discord. I mentioned this on the submission sheet. I meant to mention this at the start of the run and I didn't say it. I said if I go over estimate on this run again, I'm just going to flatly retire from speedrunning. I've been trying to get this run under estimate for a long time, and just every time I run it, something comes up. It also doesn't help is every time I run this, I found some new thing that I want to try, make a donation incentive, something like that. So I haven't actually run this game the same way twice in a row for this category, so that hasn't helped. We're going to be on our estimate today. You know what? You know what? Now I've said it, and now I don't feel so good anymore. I don't feel so good about it anymore. This cutscene right here, so the phase sort of teleports in. This time turns on to look at it. Everybody shows up. If you don't do, what are the things you need to do? You need to... Oh man, I forget exactly what the sequence is. One of them is something to do with the overcoming. You need to beat the Starman DX fight. You need to defeat that 7th Sanctuary, that 1 Sanctuary we did fight. You need to clear that. And you need to take the phases sort of back to the past like you would in a normal playthrough. If you don't do those three things in order, that cutscene will sometimes just soft lock. Because the Mr. Saturn's not there in position, so it throws off the rest of the script, or you may have 2 phases sort of on the screen there, and then the game has no idea what to do. But we're through it. Was that a crit hit for 1 damage that I saw? Awesome. So now we're going to see all of the people that we've helped along the way in our journey, including the Runaway 5. I got a Runaway 5 shirt on here, actually. So, you know, we helped them out on our adventure. They're going to stop and pray fervently for the safety of Ness, whoever that is, and his friends, whoever they are. It would be nice if somebody would, you know, be looking out for us. That's okay. I got Bubble Monkey, that's all I need. Your guest NPCs, by the way, generally aren't targetable. No, let me rephrase that. I forget how their hit points work. The point I was going to make is, if Dungeon Man in particular is in the party and gets hit, I think the game will sometimes freeze because I think his hit points maybe are 0. It's something weird with the Dungeon Man being in the party, where his section of the game doesn't have any AoE attacks, so if he gets hit by something, really funny things start to happen in the game will probably just crash. But they actually have, I think they have unlimited hit points. Your other guest characters do, but they also have no stats. So if an enemy has something that like drains hit points, they're gonna get a bunch of hit points back off of picking and poking and so forth. Hooray! I don't know what you would have, you would change it to, but I am still always a little surprised that Prey actually made it through in this game, because Nintendo has a history of censoring and changing words and religious references like that. Regardless of how innocent they may seem, I am surprised that this went through. Like, if I remember correctly, in Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy II US, the room where everybody's praying for your success on the moon is the room of the Tower of Wishes or something like that instead of the Tower of Prayer. I know that had gotten changed. And it being such a key feature, key ability in the game, I was surprised it got through. I don't know what the difference would have been here. Met everybody's, I was gonna say everybody's, met everybody's friends and or family now. Lucy, ABGN, and Pooh's family, all praying for our success. That's nice. All three of our party members, right? Because there's nobody else. Yeah, that too. I was so busy gabbing away. Yeah, guy just keeps talking about this person named Ness or Ness or Ness. Who is this person? Frank? I love Frank. Frank is usually Frank is usually the first boss you fight in the game, and you defeat him, and then he goes to work at the burger shop. He stops being the leader of the game. He's like, I'm just gonna work at the burger shop now. Like, there he's just eating, but in the credits he'll be working at the burger shop. No, there's our first lost turn, and what? Is that the first lost turn at all? First lost turn in a while, at least. I can take 3 more of those. Don't really want to. Let's not do that anymore. Hey, this place looks familiar. We haven't been here in a while. Who's this? This is so sad. Because Ness's mom knows something's wrong. Something's wrong with her baby boy. Ness's mother felt terribly uneasy being to pray for the safety of her son, who's not here, who's still freed in the basement, waiting for somebody to rescue him from that locked room. She knows something's wrong. She just doesn't have the right story. It's so sad. For those of you watching on Twitch, your bitrate's about to take a nosedive. So if everything turns into a bit of a garbled mess, it's okay. It's the game. It's nothing on your end. It's not the connection. Not the So there's nothing really you can do about that. The background here just eats bit rates for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's going to be a little bit fuzzy. And time's going to be, if this prey actually goes off at the start of the text box, I'll just yell time. It's going to be really hard to see it otherwise. Can I grab some? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Ah ha ha, there's time. Good grief. We're done. Now we got big long cutscene here. We've seen her friends call such a heart of a whole lot of exclamation points. You're way underestimated. You see, for the record, I'm gonna get this VOD. I'm gonna hold on to this spot. I'm gonna use a submission video in the future. This is how fast this one can go. Oh, 145. I think my PB, and it's slightly different, I was like a 135. I wish. It's the first time I've been under 2 hours in a while with this run. It's just been. I was serious. If this run went over estimate, I was just gonna become a Minecraft streamer or something. I don't know what I was gonna do, but I wasn't gonna speedrun anymore. I've been in a fight with this one. So it's good to finally see it under under 2 hours, under 150. Yeah, that's good. I'll take that. Not quite a PB, but I feel like I could have. I feel like it would have PB'd if I wasn't, if I didn't do some of the extra running around to set up for the Glitch Coach showcase and stuff, which is going to be after this long wall of text that I'm trying to talk over. That's good. I only feel good about it running this. So we're going to do a couple of things here at the end of the run, but just to kind of set up what's going on. The game status is, yes, we just defeated Gygus, we've won the game, right? But we haven't found Picky yet. The first thing you're supposed to do in the game is help Pokey go find Picky. We haven't done that, haven't met Buzz, haven't finished the prologue. Since we haven't done those things, we didn't go to Onet, and we didn't finish all of what you're supposed to do on Onet. So there's a roadblock between Onet and Tucson, the first two cities you go to. That roadblock's still there. And the zombie horde is still in Threed, so we can't go to Threed either. And I've kind of talked this backwards. What I'm saying is I can't walk home from here, and I don't have teleport. So I'm going to have to cheat a little bit to show off some of this glitch showcase, and that's fine, that's whatever at this point. But technically speaking, if you play through the game, I'm going to say vanilla, without Ness, you could do what I'm about to show off without having to cheat and use the debug menu like I'm about to do or anything like that. But just for the purpose of the speedrun, that's going to add probably hours to the run. It's just not worth it just to show something off, and it's not really, I don't think that'd be like a functional category. It would be extremely arbitrary in kind of weird ways. I didn't hear, I'm sorry. Yes. But normally in this case, at the end of the game, you have Ness and Paula in the party. Sorry, Ness and Lucy in the party. Lucy's gonna ask if you could walk her home, and I didn't know, as long as I've been playing this since I was a kid, I didn't know until a couple of years ago maybe, that you don't actually have to walk her home. You can just teleport her home, go say hi to Ness's mom, roll the credits. You don't actually have to bring her home. You get slightly different text if you do that. But we're gonna walk Paula home. There's just going to be one problem, of course. Ness is on the screen now, don't worry about it. Ness is about to disappear, so we're going to have a party of one party member, and that's going to be Paula. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of running around, because I do need to go pick up Picky at this point as well. Excuse me. In order to make the rest of this work. You two get it someday. Maybe the one that fixes your broken electronic appliances. Or poor Jeff. Poor Jeff. Let's see. Yes, will you escort me home? No. Then I'll escort you. That's fine. So now we've got Paula. We have Pokemon. We still have Bubble Monkey. And as I said, you can only have 2 guest characters, so I'm going to have to let Bubble Monkey go. I'm going to just show this by showing off the debug menu, which is right under this protractor, right? Yeah, so I'm playing on a slightly modified version of the game. That's just going to let me get to the debug menu a lot easier. There are ways to do it vanilla. You can look those up on Google. It's going to be way too much for me to explain. And there are game chart codes you can use too. But this is the debug menu. It wasn't really translated all that well, but if you kind of know your Hiragan, you can kind of maybe make out part of it. What I'm going to use here is this teleport menu, and we're going to head to Tucson. We're going to pretend like we can walk all the way back to Tucson. No, we're not, because I need to go get Picky first. So we're going to pretend that we walked all the way back to Onett. See, there's no enemies here. Actually, I just said I need to get rid of Bubble Monkey. That's a different part of the debug menu. That is party management. Let somebody go. We're going to let a third party member go. Bye, Bubble Monkey. Be free. Now, if I had done this in the run, I'd be able to teleport through the cutscene triggers and not see as much text, but A, the speedrun part of the run would have been longer, and B, there would have been, this area would have been swarming with enemies that I couldn't dodge, and I'd have to teleport around, and that'd be kind of risky. I wouldn't feel good about doing that. We're going to see a little bit of extra text here. We're going to have to see Buzz Buzz, for example, and we're going to have to fight the Starman Jr. Yeah, so we're just starting the game out, by the way. So if you thought maybe you had missed the run, don't worry about it. We're at the start of the game already. Buzz Buzz is gonna come down. We're gonna have to lash through all of this text. And now that I'm in an unskippable cutscene, you know what? No, because I'm gonna want to show this off anyway. So I'm glad I didn't do this. So Buzz Buzz is going to start flying around the whole party, and that includes Ness. Yeah, Buzz Buzz is gonna go fly around Ness's head. Ness is over there. Somewhere. Off the screen. In fact, Buzz Buzz is still talking to Ness. Again, whoever that person is. Wisdom, courage, and friendship. Yes. Go now and not being shot the future. Let me make sure I listen to that. Make sure I mashed the right button there. So, because the other party members aren't programmed to be here, I think what it is their behavior doesn't get reset to follow the party leader, so they're still stuck on the command to face Buzz Buzz, because Buzz Buzz is talking and they're going to look at Buzz Buzz, who just flew off to the right, right? Just keep that in mind. They're programmed to look to the right now, because that's where Buzz Buzz is. So now if I'm trying to move to the left, they're trying to look to the left and look to the right at the same time, and they're going to do this. They're going to jitter. If I go to the right, see? No problem, because that's where Buzz Buzz... Nope. Not going that way, though. So I'm just going to be a little bit jittering until we get to where we're going. Now, when I change areas, Buzz Buzz will fix and be flying around Lucy's head instead, but until we get there... Gonna look a little funny, and we're gonna have to fight. Yep, can't skip this, unfortunately. And I think what happens there is Starman Jr., the animation appears and Starman Jr. pops in front of Ness. Not here. Again, I feel like I'm saying that a lot. If you bring Buzz Buzz to the Gygus fight, more times than not, Buzz Buzz will outspeed Gygus, and you get a free turn. You don't have to worry about putting the shield up. Nice. So we just got Pokey, we just got Picky, and if I bring everybody home now, we're not gonna get to show off the many fun glitches I want. So let's pull up this protractor. So back to Tucson. So again, all I wanted, Lucy wanted somebody to escort her home. Now that could be Pokey and Picky. Okay, they could walk Lucy home. Not a problem. Pull up the menu, you can see it's only got one party member. My guest party members don't count. I can't pull them up in the menu. I can't pull them up on the status screen. They're not on the bottom there. They just don't count. So let's see what happens when Lucy walks home and leaves the party. They got a party of 1. 1 minus 1, that's going to be 0. Oh no, why did that not? Oh no! What? I skipped. I hit. Oh! Why are you not leaving the party, Paula? That's not the glitch I wanted to show off, where she's not leaving the party. Hold on, let's we can probably fix this. Just a second. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna have to fix this through the event screen. It's a good thing I pulled up the debug menu notes before I started the run, because I'm gonna need to skip to the event here. What'd I do different? Why didn't Paula leave the party? That's weird. I've never had that problem before. Let's see. So what events after defeating Gygus? Does that one crash? Oh no! I wanted to show off. Can I just feed everyone happy? Alright, I'm gonna try this. I do not want to have to watch all this text again. Let's try this first. No! We'll fix the debug menu again. That's pokey. That's pokey. That's picky. I'm gonna drop. Make sure I've still got the protractor where it needs to be. Yep. I'm gonna drop Ness. And the UI is not going to fix itself. We're just going to have to deal with that, unfortunately. Boom, 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 boom. I hope that reset it. I've never actually had Paula not want to leave the party before. So what I was going to say is, Paula leaves the party. I don't always know what's going to happen because every time I've done it, something different's happened. I've never had her actually not want to leave the party and let me finish the game. That's a brand new one. Oh, of course not. Of course you're not gonna want to. And it's not gonna let me, is it? Well, let's see if we can just get Paul to lead a party like this then. That's so strange. I have the feeling it's just gonna game over the game though. Oh, okay. So, I have no party members. I would pull up the goods menu, but there's no characters and that could crash the game, and I don't want to crash the game yet. I would pull up the status screen, but again, that will definitely crash the game, and I definitely don't want to do that yet. But there's two more people. There's somebody else we have to walk home. We need to walk Pokey and Picky home, because Pokey and Picky will usually, at the start of the game, you know, Pokey comes over, you save Picky, you bring them both home. So we need to walk them home too, right? So under this program park menu, there's the debug menu again. Kind of nice convenient place to put that. Let's go back to Onette. Hey Pokey, hey Picky, let's finish the prologue and start the game already. Let's go, come on. Oh no, and they're not there either. Oh no! So there's nobody here to go home to. Oh, well, let's go roll the credits then as Pokey and Picky. Let's see if I can. Let me think. Can I get the debug menu from here? I don't think I can. Oh, I really should go home. Shouldn't be. Paul is here. Lucy's here. Yes, I remember where it is. Let's go. Go to Tucson and walk Lucy home. I wonder if it's actually going to be open. If it is open, I'm going to walk all the way down there and try and fix this a little bit differently and show off one last glitch. I'm glad we were so far in this because it's taking a little bit roundabout because Paul didn't want to leave the way I needed her to. But let's see if this roadblock's still here. We'll just have to go back and roll the credits. But it's not. We're good. Let's head back to Tucson and use that debug menu again. So, make a note to self, I need to add a debug menu one other place in case I run into this particular situation again. Because what I'm gonna do is reset back to talking to Buzzbuzz. Hopefully we won't have to read the text again. I don't think we will. Go away, Lyson. I can't read my notes here. No, don't say my splits. After getting Buzzbuzz. So 68. I'm going to use event number 68. Probably going to reset the party. I'll have to fix the party order up all over again. And we'll see what happens when you have Pokey, you have Picky in the party, no other real party members, and they both leave the party. That's what I'd like to show off, and I got one more thing I got to show off, but I have to change my save file. I'll have to actually just reset the whole power off the console there to show that off. Let's see, I want what, a 68 was it? Event number. Let me do this my way first. Let me add Paula back to the party, just so I've got the protractor if I need it. Yep. Event number 68. should still have teleport. I do still have teleport, so we're not going to fight Starman Jr. again. Just get in the position here. So this was a little more disjointed than I'd like. Usually I just poly's a party and then I teleport to Onet, and I would have been done a couple minutes ago. It's nice and smooth. Like I said, you know, it's a glitch showcase, and it's glitching out a little bit differently than I was expecting it to today. Oh, Mike, you goofball. I don't have the protractor on Ness. Let me get where I want to go. No, it's not going to let me get where I want to go. Let me put the debug menu up here somewhere. I don't think I've got an ATM card, do I? I don't. Let me think. I could. Oh, I know I can do. I know what I can do. That's not what I wanted to do, though. If I don't get this in a couple minutes, I'm going to show off the other glitch and the showcase there. But I should be able to sneak out. Oh, this would be. I need to put it on the ATM card too. I don't know why I don't have it on the ATM card. I think when I was modifying the game, I made two separate files. Oh, the roadblock's back. Nice. Okay. So we'll have to just show off the other thing. We won't get to show off what happens when Pokey and Picky leave the party on their own. Just unfortunate. But honestly, sometimes nothing really happens there either. Sometimes the game will just soft lock, and it won't do anything. But sometimes it'll just like crash and burn in a brilliant display of colors. It's actually pretty cool when that happens, but I haven't been able to get to do that consistently. I really do mean it when I say I don't know what will happen when I try to show off some of those glitches. So we just got to show off some of the different ways that the game doesn't quite handle, does or doesn't handle things gracefully at the end there. Let me go ahead and copy this file to memory. Yes, that's the button I want. So let's say we did a pajama percent run instead, and when we load in, we should have Ness in Ness's pajamas at the end of the run. I need all my characters after DBZ characters in this run, so we have Vegeta, Bulma, and Krillin. Use my protractor. That's Vegeta. And we're going to get rid of Krillin. And we're going to teleport to, I didn't mean to close it, Tucson. Back to Tucson one more time. But actually, now I've got the protractor. I might be able to show it off on this. Hold on. I might be able to show off a couple of things here. It wasn't until like a month ago. The bike shop name is Puncture. Like a puncture in the It took me way too long to figure out that joke. Got a bike for free. So we have, yep, you know, get in the tour. You can only have 1% of bike. Yeah. Can't ride it if you got a teddy bear. But we have Ness in pajamas, and Ness wants to take a bike ride on his pajamas. Let's see how that goes. Yo! So again, Pajama Ness not supposed to leave the house. So Pajama Ness will not climb stairs or ladders or ropes. He will just walk up them. And also cannot really ride a bike all that well. Get off the bike. I have the protractor. I've got everything I need to show off this glitch. I wanted to show off too. Because, oh, party members, let's add Pokey. Let's see if this game's in the right game state to show this off. Can't do it that way. Need to use the protractor. Event 68. I'll probably have to add everybody back to the party again. Yep, I'll have to add everybody back to the party again. Oh wait, I'll have to remove Ness from the party rather. So one more time, and we'll get to show this off finally, because now we'll be able to... No, we still don't have the protractor. Oh, you silly game. You are so good at... Okay. So no, I still won't be able to show it off because the event actually just removes the protractor from my inventory. So I still won't get to show that off, unfortunately. But we did get to show off quite a bit of other things. So thank you very much for inviting me to do the run. Thank you very much for donating for the Glitch Showcase. I'm sorry we didn't get to show the one thing off, but we did get to show off quite a bit regardless. And continue to use that donate command in chat, !donate to donate to Child's Play. Child's Play has been working with their partner hospitals to provide video games and other technology to the hospitals to help support the recovery program for those pediatric patients. And it's a very important program. It's a charity that I love to support, so please do donate to the cause.
On that note, we actually have a few donations for y'all. We have an anonymous donation for $11.60. We have also a big $500 donation from Tech Ops. Yeah. And they said, we hope everyone is enjoying MAGFest. Have fun, stay safe. Thanks so much.
I hope that didn't go out live. Me reaching over for this laptop. I apologize.
Up next, we have Chrono Trigger. We got a Jets of Time remaster randomizer, and stay looking forward to that.